Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now in this video, I will be showing you what I did to completely rid my lawn, well, this section of Zoysia lawn, from the Bermuda grass infestation. So I had a serious Bermuda infestation of my Zoysia lawn. Well, this section of the Zoysia lawn. So I'm going to explain how I was able to remove or kill the Bermuda grass in the Zoysia lawn while still preserving the Zoysia lawn. I will also be sharing what I'm now going to be doing to speed up the growth of the Zoysia lawn, thus allowing it to fill in all of these bare spots as quickly as possible. So all of these bare spots were actually left over as a result of the disappearance of the Bermuda grass. So the Bermuda grass was completely eradicated. Now the Zoysia grass needs to grow and fill in back all of these bare spots. So to kill the Bermuda grass while preserving the Zoysia grass, I used a combination of selective herbicides. So one is called Recognition and the other is called Fusilade 2. So they combine together to selectively target and kill the Bermuda grass while preserving the Zoysia grass. So it is very useful for getting rid of Bermuda in your Zoysia grass. I did as well I did apply the selective herbicide, the combination of herbicides, in a small portion of St. Augustine grass, and it did kill the St. Augustine grass. So you are advised not to use this combination to rid Bermuda grass in your St. Augustine lawn because it also kills St. Augustine. However, it has not affected the Zoysia grass in any way, shape, nor form. So it is extremely effective in ridding your Zoysia grass of Bermuda grass. Very, very effective. So as I said, the treatment was very effective. As you can see, there is absolutely no Bermuda grass visible to the naked eye at this point in time. Over time, there's no doubt that Bermuda will come back because Bermuda, they do spread via underground runners as well, known as rhizomes. So the combination of herbicides I applied, those were applied to the above ground runners. So below the surface of the soil, there still remains some sort of Bermuda grass. So at some point in the future, there will be a reemergence of Bermuda grass. But all I will do when that time comes is just to reapply the combination of selective herbicides. So because the treatment was so effective, it has now left a number of bare spots that I really want to be filled in, and it has been struggling to do so. So what I will be doing, I will be applying manure as a form of soil improvement and applying some slow release nutrients. So the manure does contain very good nutrients that are useful to the soil, which will in turn boost the appearance and the health of the grass. Also, there are numerous benefits from applying manure to the soil. So manure, it enhances the structure of the soil. It adds essential nutrients to the soil, and those nutrients will eventually feed over into the plant, hence improving the overall health of the plant as well. In this case, the Zoysia grass. It also improves moisture retention in the soil. So whenever the lawn is watered, the soil will be able to hold on to some of that moisture for a longer period of time, thus improving the overall hydration of the lawn itself. It also stimulates microbial activity in the soil, which is very, very important for the development of the roots and for the overall growth of the plant. So the tools I'll be using for this job is a shovel just to remove the manure from the bags. And I will be using this rake to spread the manure over the lawn. Now it is very important that when the manure is applied, it is applied in a very thin layer, because the aim here is to enrich the soil without smothering the grass. So if you were to lay the manure too thick over the lawn, that would smother the grass and make the situation even worse. So it's best to apply a very thin layer and apply it as evenly as possible so it doesn't clump up in any area. And the lawn itself will eventually look quite even all the way through. Now I will be applying the manure just in the affected areas. So just where the bare patches are. So for any of my viewers living in Kingston, if you're interested in getting manure, these manures were purchased at Hope Gardens. So there's a nursery there at Hope Gardens. They sell plants and they sell good quality manure. Well, for the most part, that is. Alright, so now I'll be using the rake to spread the manure over the lawn. And as I said before, it's very important that it's spread very lightly, because you want to ensure you don't smother the grass, because the aim is to enrich the soil, not to smother the grass. So that is the final result of the application of manure. You can see it's a very thinly laid covering. So this is what you would call a very light top dressing. And it was applied mainly in the affected areas. So very soon the lawn should recover and look something like this. So this is how the rest of the yard looks. Just this small section that was affected by the Bermuda grass. So now the Bermuda grass is out, and the manure will help the lawn to recover much faster, causing the Zoysia grass to spread and fill in the bare spots. So I would say within another 2 to 3 weeks, once the lawn is continuously maintained, meaning it's regularly watered, it's mowed when necessary. So frequent mowing at least once per week with zoysia grass. So once all of that is done, within the next 2 to 3 weeks, the lawn should be completely filled in, and it should be looking as one lawn once again. Okay, so the next step now is to lightly and regularly water the lawn so we can get the manure down into the soil, because if it stays in the grass itself, it will have no real impact. So it needs to get down into the soil, and it's in the soil that it actually works. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share with a friend or a colleague. Let me hear from you in the comment section if you have had to deal with Bermuda in your zoysia lawn and how you have managed to keep it under control, or if you have had instances where you applied manure to your lawn for whatever reason, whether it is to fill in bare spots or just as a means of improving the soil. I would also like to hear from you what were your results like. So as I said before, within the next 2 to 3 weeks, the lawn should be fully recovered and it should be looking beautiful. So thank you again for watching. I will see you again in the next video.